start on time and end on time. All right, so listen, it's January 6th, 2023. I want to share with you guys a little bit about how to hit your goals this year, how to hit your goals this week, how to hit your goals today, and really have a killer 2023. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to get things rocking. All right, so new year, new you, Clear Channel, subscribe now. All right, I'm going to give you guys some tips today on how to really knock out your 2023. So for those of you guys that know me, I know I'm a fan of telling you how it is. You can do more. You can have more. This is your year. You got this. These are some recent pictures from my trip to Qatar for the World Cup, seeing the U.S. play and seeing some other countries play with a lot of my good friends. I see my buddy Corey there in Cincinnati. Funny, he's on the call today, but there he is spending some time in Qatar, in Lusail, the small city north of Qatar. All right, so if you watched last week's YouTube channel, if you haven't, I would. It's all around setting up your year. Now that your vision board is complete, and if you haven't done it and you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, I didn't do my vision board. You need to do a vision board. You need to know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you're just going to be wandering around aimlessly. If you don't know what you're shooting for, you don't know what you want, if you don't have pictures around you, then you're not going to be able to go where you want to go. So imagine people driving around without your phone and maps. Yeah, most of us can't get from point A to point B without that directional support. So you need direction in your life, not only in your driving ability, but also with where you're going in your career and what you want to accomplish in your life. So this is my vision board. This is something I put together. I spend January 1st every year putting together my vision board and what I want to accomplish. You know, I put a lot of sayings on my vision board. You know, I'm born for this, for the love of the game. Don't get mad, do something about it. Beach life. Let's see, tragedy into something beautiful. If you guys know my past, you know what that means. I will manifest the checking account I was meant to have. I'm on a new level. You see down here in the bottom left, there's my essentials kit. You got my on cloud shoes down there. You got my water in the morning, and then you may see a little something here about the Olympics. To come soon, I will say, to be determined on that one. But there's some contest going on for the Super Bowl, and obviously I'm learning that one of my big takeaways from 2022 is simplicity. There's a lot of amazing things happen when things are kept simple. I have a lot of goals around my health and a lot of how I want to attack things. But this is my vision board. And keep in mind your life in the top right here. And my belief is your life is as good as your mindset. If you look at the world in a negative way, well, guess what? You're going to get a lot of shit thrown your way. If you look at the world in a positive way, an optimistic way, and you see the good in things, even when it's hard, you're going to live an amazing life, in my opinion. So again, if you haven't completed your vision board, I would absolutely do that ASAP. Call it crazy, call it voodoo when people actually think about their future. I call it being successful and going after what I want as opposed to what I can't see. So what do? All right, the way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. Your actions speak so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. It's one of my most, one of the sayings that just hits home with me big time. You know, it's a picture of my brother and I at the U.S. game against England. You know, we talked many, many years ago when things went down with my family, how he and I are going to create some special moments together as we get older and we raise our families. Unfortunately, he didn't make it to the last World Cup, so he had a lot of things going on. And I know we talked this time how it was, just life kind of got in the way and how we can't let life get in the way. We got to live life together. And as we lead our families and we take our family to a new level, we got to always stay connected. And I'll tell you, he gave me another older brother moment. He's older than I am. He put his arm on my shoulder, and he gave me a big hug. And same they did, 12 years ago, we went to our first World Cup together. And it was an awesome moment for my brother and I. So how do you get to your goals? Well, first of all, first thing I would ask myself, who do you need in your corner? What partners, what coaches, what people? This is my badass team. We got a lot of partners, a lot of coaches here, a lot of badass leadership here in Detroit. And, listen, it's kind of funny. And the other question is, who do you need to remove from your corner? And that guy, the loser, the friend that's no longer your friend. And that's a stock picture. Just, that's not it. I don't know that person. So he just happens to be here in this video. But there's someone in your life. There's people around you. You know that you need to hang out with other people, and you need to remove them from your life if you're going to get ahead. And so I encourage you guys to think about, who do you need to get in your corner? That's a big one. And then who do you need to remove from your life? And the time is now. Today. You start making moves to the life that you want this week, this month, this quarter, this year. 2023, there's no better time to get busy. They say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Unless you didn't plant the tree. And the second best time is doing it today. So start planting the seeds today so you can move forward and have the life you want. What happens, what most of people see of successful people is things that they're, that they planted many, many months ago. They started doing months and years ago, and you're seeing the fruits of their labor now. So if you want to have that in your future, start doing things today. All right, so there's 3 steps I want to give you guys. If you want to accomplish your goals this year, and if you're taking notes and you're taking things in and you want to share and learn and get ahead this year, number 1 is you got to focus on the end of your day. Start thinking about tomorrow. Start doing things today for tomorrow. So an example, you may not know this, but reading before bed reduces stress 68%. More than drinking tea, going for a walk, or any other activity before you go to bed. And I'm not talking about reading on your cell phone. I'm talking about reading an actual book and actually learning how to, kind of put yourself to bed properly, and also learning new things. There was a study done in 2021 of 1,000 people. 500 of them read, 500 did not. 42% of the readers improved their sleep. So think about when you go to bed. And most people go to bed too late. Most people don't, get enough sleep. In my house, I have alarms that go off that tell me when to go to bed, because I like working and I like doing things and I like hanging out with my kids and everything else. They normally are in bed before I go to bed. But the point is think about how the end of your day reflects in your new day. And if you actually take advantage of that, I always tell people, you're going to make moves to being successful and living the life that you want when your days become more important than your nights. I'm going to say that again. When your days come more important than your nights, you're going to start making moves to being successful and accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Step 2, when you do wake up the next morning, wake up with a purpose. Wake up with something you're excited about. Now, if you wake up in the morning and you're dragging ass, it's probably because you're not in tune with what you want. You're not connected to why you're doing what you're doing. You're not, there's the visualization of where you're going and what you want. There's not an inner spark getting you excited to get you moving. And so if that's the case, if you have a great morning ritual, you have a morning plan, and in my eyes, there's the 3 W's: water, writing, and working out. And the reason why people should drink water in the morning, the reason why they should start making notes and writing a gratitude list, the reason why they should start doing those kinds of things is you start winning early. There is psychology around doing small tasks in the morning and checking off the list and having small wins that get you moving in your day. And so winning early means winning later and winning all day. So if you want to win in whatever you're doing, get your morning right. I guarantee you 90% of people that go to bed at the end of the day, and they look back at their day, if they even reflect, which is another thing you should do at the end of your day. They look back at their day and they realize they didn't even do shit. They didn't do anything. They didn't move their life forward. They actually probably fell backwards. And listen, you're either going to move forward or fall back. You're not going to stay in the same spot. But if you take your morning seriously, then you're actually going to move the rest of your day where you want it to go. And again, research shows that a routine increases your happiness. It reduces procrastination. It builds your confidence. It increases your performance in whatever it is you're doing. So step one, again, is think about your night. And step two is think about your morning. And then step three is getting a winner circle. Getting winners that you're able to interact with. Talking to them. Listening to them. And keep in mind, I'm not talking about whiners. There's a lot of whiners in the world. There's a lot of people making excuses, blaming the world, blaming the government, blaming, whatever, blaming the rain, blaming the traffic, blaming whatever. There's a lot of people that do that. And trust me, they will do that for the rest of their life. I just don't believe that's a great way to live. I'm all about winning. I'm all about accomplishing. I'm all about doing things that you want to do and living the life that you want to live. So if you have whiners, politely tell them, take their fucking bullshit elsewhere. Hey, nice to meet you. See you later. And we're in sales, and a lot of people in the car in sales. Hey, nice to meet you. They're all whining. Hey, nice to meet you. Have a good day. Hey, take your trash and throw it out over there. I don't want to deal with that. Get away from me. I have no energy for people that are like that. I'm nice and I'm polite, but we politely move them on. And also I would highly encourage you to watch what winners do. So interesting enough, this week, I know Lupe and I in the office here, we're in the office on Wednesday, and there's no one else here in the building really, except for a suite down at the end of the hall. And we ran into somebody down at the end of the hall. He happens to be an ex-Detroit baseball player. Got chatting a little bit, a couple minutes here and there. I said, "Oh, what's your name again?" And I won't say it on the call because on the thing today. But long story short, him and his family own 100 Jimmy Johns. And he occupies a suite down the hall for me now. And as we're talking through the concepts of my business and how he got started and how his money he made in baseball, he turned it into building his fortune in real estate, into expanding his little empire with his family. I explain our concept to him, and it's interesting, right? So I explain this concept to him. He knows nothing about our business. And in about 3 minutes, he goes, "God, that's such a great idea. Good for you. How did you get into it?" And we talked a little about it. And he's like, "God, that's so smart. Yeah, I got a guy that owns an AT&T store in one of my strip malls. And, I always ask him, like, how they even stay in business. And now that you guys are doing this in big box stores and whatever," he's like, "God, that's so smart. You're probably going to take all that business." And I'm like, "Yeah, I already, what our clients are telling us is they're actually decreasing some of their, traditional models of being in these, these retail locations or whatever that in their own stores, to transition to do more of what we're doing because of how our model's set up. And we don't have the brick and mortar stores. We are in other stores selling their stuff." And he's like, "God, that's just so smart." And again, it's just so interesting to me that a winner like that, who clearly does really, really good things and does really well in business, gets our concept immediately. When I think about my, maybe peer group when I was in my 20s, and I explained what I was doing and the concept of our business, and they said a lot of very interesting, uneducated things about what the business was. And I'm just like, it's very interesting how that works a lot. Last but not least, when you watch winners, you're going to see the things they do. You're going to see if they show up every day ready to go. Most people that are successful dress like I'm dressed, shirts and ties, until they make it to a certain level of their life, right? They show up a certain way. They show up with, their shirts pressed, their attire ready to go. They feel a certain way because they act a certain way, because they want a certain thing in their life. So walk the walk, talk the talk, dress the part, and act the part. And just remember, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most. If you hang out with 4 people that are multimillionaires, well, guess what? You're probably making your way to get there. And keep in mind, and I put this on here, alert, alert, alert. You hang out with you the most. So keep in mind, you're one of those 5 people. So if you have loser tendencies, the winners are not going to want to hang out with you. if you think a certain way and you're positive, and yes, maybe you haven't made it to where you want to go. Maybe you haven't gotten to the part of your life where you have a lot of, signs of success around you. Maybe there's not a lot of, things that in your world quite yet. People have all started there. And if you have the right attitude and you have the right optimistic outlook on where you're going, successful people pick up on that. And they will be willing to work with you and help you and support you as you get your life moving forward. So keep that in mind. But most importantly, you hang out with yourself the most. So make sure you're doing nice things for you. Most importantly, what you're saying to yourself. I say it all the time. The most important conversation you have is the one you have with yourself. So keep that in mind. Remember, you have one life to live. And there's nothing saying that 2023 won't be the year that you make major moves to what you want to accomplish. This is a picture of people that are in my family. Most of these people in these pictures are self-made millionaires because they started companies, entrepreneurs in different industries, different ideas. There's fertilizing companies, there's construction companies, there's marketing companies, there's hotels. And that's my uncle down the middle. I mean, man, what an incredible guy, because of what him and one of my other uncles have done, they kind of set the bar really high for a lot of the next generation in our family. And to see what he's been able to do for his family and how he's, come through for weddings and things. This is one of the Colombian weddings I went to recently. And that's my mom's sister there in the middle with my wife. And, it's just amazing the amount of impact you can have on your family when you make different choices and you actually succeed. But remember, information alone is not going to do it. It's information plus action. You have to take the action. You have to make the decisions to make choices with the information you get. So often I have the same conversation with people. It's like, why is it taking so long? Decide that you're going to take the information this time and transform your life into something new. And trust me when I tell you, your future self will thank you. It's a picture of one of our recent R&R events in, where are we in? Punta Cana, I think we were, or I forget where we were, Mexico somewhere. But incredible time, and all of these people. I see Blake on here. What up, Blake? I know. I see Monica. You guys are on the call today. It's so funny. I totally forgot you guys are jumping on when I was putting this together. But that's what life's all about. It's about work hard, play hard, and enjoying life and living it up and going to places that are really cool and taking your friends and taking your family with you. And again, but why would you want to even do it? Why would you want to even read a book? And when I'm reading my goal this year is 10 pages a night. No matter where I'm at in the world, every night, it takes about 15 minutes, 10 pages a night. But why should I be that disciplined? Well, for me, this is why. And this is why I make this vision board. And this is why I choose to do what I do. I got people that are looking to me to help them grow their lives and support them and help them accomplish. I got things that I want to accomplish. I got goals that I have to meet and that they're non-negotiable goals. There's promotions and different recognition on a national level and international level that I want to get to. There's things that I dream about that are just, people think I'm just crazy. But I think it's just crazy until I do it. Right. And I know you guys have the same types of thoughts in your life. And I'm sure there's people in your world that are going to tell you, you can't do it. You don't deserve it. You're from this area. You can't do it. You're not, you didn't go to this school, whatever. I just don't believe in any of that. I just believe that you can accomplish whatever you put your mind to. So I encourage you guys, again, if you haven't got a chance to do this quite yet, that you put together your vision board so you can always connect to it. It's actually sitting right back here behind my desk. I look at it all the time. And, I think in my opinion, that's the way to accomplish and have an amazing 2023. So again, happy new year to everybody. Get around winners, think about your mornings, think about your evenings. And in my opinion, it's time to get yourself to a new level. You can do more. You can accomplish more. Thanks so much for jumping on today. For you guys down there in Cincinnati, I see other markets on today. If you can please get your team members subscribed. We have hundreds of videos now on the channel. Over the next few weeks, we're going to have some incredible guests coming onto the channel. I got my buddy of mine, Sebastian, who's built a massive multi-million dollar organization in our model. Who's also a big time influencer in different areas. He actually spoke recently with Gary Vee at an event. And there's a lot of people. There's another girl, Nicole, that's a entrepreneur as well that I'm bringing on. But over the next few weeks, we're going to have some incredible speakers come on. So looking forward to having all you guys on. If you don't get a chance to jump on, obviously, it's always uploaded to our YouTube channel later in the day. So happy Friday, happy New Year. And my hope and my wish for all of you guys is you have the best year of your life. Thanks for jumping on today.